Hello, welcome to the Just the Disc YouTube channel where we talk about Blu-rays. For this video, I am going to do something that I hope will be ongoing. I don't know how often, if it'll be every couple weeks, or I guess it'll just depend how much stuff I have that I just want to briefly talk about. This is the equivalent of a collection update or a, Blu-ray pickups. I'm just going to call it new discs. Got a box. New discs. I just kind of put the discs in the box, and when the box gets full, then we talk about it. So let me get into these. I'm not going to go deep on any of these, but I just wanted to show you a few things that I got. First off, I'm really, really excited about this. Death Wish 3. This is the new Blu-ray from Scorpion Releasing. I got it from Ronin Flicks, and it's got a new 2020 2K scan. This is one of my favorite Charles Bronson movies, just one that I had on tape off TBS as a kid, and I must have watched it a lot. But I always watched it edited, so it was super weird to see it uncut for the first time, because it's obviously a very dark movie, and but still great. Gotta love Wildy. But it's also got an interview with actor Kirk Taylor, who plays the Giggler, if you remember him. He laughs when he runs. And an audio commentary with Paul Talbot, author of Bronson's on the Loose books. There's multiple books. And he did a commentary on, I think, 10 to Midnight for Scream Factory. And that was great. It was like, this guy knows his stuff, right? He's got kind of an interesting East Coast accent, and he's talking about Bronson, and it was cool. So I'm looking forward to him talking about Death Wish 3. So that's from Ronin Flicks, and while I was there on the same day, I got Clifford. I just remember this movie's bonkers. I haven't seen this movie in a long time, and I know that Martin Short plays a 10-year-old who wants to get revenge on his uncle, Charles Grodin, who was supposed to take him to Dinosaur World theme park. And when he doesn't do that, Clifford gets upset with him and plots his revenge. And it looks like there's a house falling apart there, and I think things get crazy. So I know there are folks online. My friend Marcus Pinn is a big fan of this one. There's definitely folks that really dig this movie, and I know it's kind of out of its mind. So I was in the mood for that, and it's never been on Blu-ray before. Also got this from Ronin Flicks with Death Wish 3. I don't know about that as a double feature, but maybe. Anyway, so that's next. Then we have some Kino stuff. The Hard Way. Michael J. Fox and James Woods. Michael J. Fox is an actor playing a cop in a movie. James Woods is a real cop who gets put on the job of being a technical advisor, I think, and has to sort of show this Hollywood actor the ways of the streets. And I remember liking this one. It's been a long time since I've seen it. And it's directed by John Badham, who I'm a big fan of. It actually has an audio commentary with director John Badham and producer second unit director Rob Cohen and film historian filmmaker Daniel Creamer. So it would be neat to hear their thoughts on this. Also a Blu-ray debut from Kino. 235-1. Love it. Yeah, looking forward to that. More Kino. Okay. So here I have a trio of George Peppard movies. And there's been a lot of this lately. George Peppard movies coming out on Blu-ray, and it's kind of cool because I know him from the A-Team, but I noticed in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood there was a poster for this movie Pendulum, which I happen to have here, and that came out on Blu-ray. This was totally unavailable. I think this is another George Peppard is a cop. I can't remember if he's a cop in this one or not. But it was all right. It was pretty good. But I just liked that it was not available and then you could see it. So I got that. And I think almost all of these, a couple of these have never been on DVD. I don't think Newmans Law or PJ have been on DVD. And Groundstar Conspiracy has not been on Blu-ray. But Newmans Law, brand new 2K Master. Let's see here. action-packed thriller with George Papard as an honest LA cop battling criminals and corrupt policemen in his own precinct. Caught between crime rings and their own superiors, most cops would play it by the book, but Newman wrote his own. And this has an audio commentary by film historian, critic Peter Tungette. I really wanted to see this one. This one is, like I said, I think it was only ever on VHS, and I don't know. There's something about Papard that's kind of compelling to me. So I may do. I'm just announcing it right now. Get ready. I may do like a small Papard Fest video where I watch these three and talk about them. If you guys are interested, or even if you're not, don't watch that video then. But I'm curious. So Newmans Law, PJ. Let's see here. Another 2K Master, brand new from John Gillerman. The Blue Max. That's a great George Papard movie, by the way. Bridget Remagen and Skyjacked and The Towering Inferno. That's right. He directed all that stuff. King Kong, Death on the Nile. Yeah. Okay. Thrilling mystery in the tradition of Harper, The Long Goodbye. Yeah, it says Down on His Luck, New York Private Eye, PJ Detweiler. George Papard takes a bodyguard job to protect Maureen Preble, Gail Honeycutt. The mistress of a shady millionaire, William Orbison, Raymond Burr. PJ gets in over his head after Orbison's business partner is gunned down and he's framed for the murder. Oh boy, that's a bummer, PJ. I definitely want to see this. George Papard's Long Goodbye. I doubt it's like that, but I'm definitely in. George Papard as a PI, detective. That sounds cool to me. And this one has a commentary from film historians Howard S. Berger and Steve Mitchell. That's a new one from Kino. And then Groundstar's Conspiracy. I think I've seen this, but my interest was sparked again when I noticed that Tarantino's been writing reviews on the New Beverly website. If you go to New Bev website, you can see these reviews that he's written, and they're all fascinating stuff. And this is the last one that he wrote, was about Groundstar Conspiracy. So I was like, okay, time for me to rewatch Groundstar, and thankfully just in time, this Blu-ray's here. It says, the fuse is lit, the trap is set, the explosive conspiracy has begun. From Lamont Johnson. Oh, I like Lamont Johnson. He did a movie called Last American Hero with Jeff Bridges, a car racing movie that's really great. And he did One on One, the basketball movie with Robbie Benson. That's really good. Anyway, let's see here. This exciting espionage thriller starring George Papard and Michael Sarrazin. A violent blast destroys the U.S. government's top secret Groundstar research complex, and 6 high-ranking scientists are incinerated. The saboteur employee is found barely alive and clutching stolen national security documents. But when the ruthless government investigator Tuxin, George Papard, is assigned to the case, he discovers that Wells's memory has been mysteriously erased. Well, this sounds quite conspiratorial. I'm definitely interested in this. I love Lamont Johnson, like I said. So, Papard Fest, maybe. It's coming, I think. All right. One more Kino. Curse of the Undead. My buddy Albert Kane watched this recently and told me it was very solid stuff. Horror Western. Another 2K brand new master. Vampiric gunfighter Drake Roby, Michael Pate, goes west and terrorizes a small town. When the fiend sets his fangs on a beautiful rancher, Dolores, Kathleen Crowley, it's up to Preacher Dan to destroy the gunslinging bloodsucker with a bullet mounted with a cross. The first film to mix cowboys and vampires, Curse of the Undead, features the striking black and white cinematography of Ellis W. Carter, the Incredible Shrinking Man, and co-stars John Hoyt, Bruce Gordon, Edward Binns, Jay Adler. Director Edward Dean did Shack Out on 101. I'm going to bring Shack Out on 101 up on a video. I have the olive Blu-ray of that. It's a cult movie. It's good stuff. But vampires and cowboys? Come on. Got to do that. All right. Next up. I had a friend online ask me about Assault on Precinct 13. What's the best release to get? and I was like, well, I have the Scream Factory release. But then I started doing some research, and I found this Second Sight release, which I know you guys all know about already, but nobody told me about it. Well, you know what? Hold on. We're gonna do a quick Pepsi challenge here, okay? So we've got our Second Sight, we got our Scream Factory. So let me just read you. So this is what I had. There's the back. It says, new interviews with actress Nancy Loomis, Keys, and art director, sound designer Tommy Lee Wallace, audio commentary by writer-director John Carpenter, interview with Carpenter, and actor Austin Stoker, theatrical trailer, radio spots. That is it on this. Sounds good, right? Let me look at the back of the Second Sight. There's a whole lot of stuff there. I was kind of blown away by how much, actually. So this is, of course, Region B locked. Keep that in mind. But the special features include Return to Precinct 13, a new interview with actor Austin Stoker. Producing Precinct 13, a new interview with executive producer Joseph Kaufman. Filmmaking with John, a new interview with art director and sound effects designer Tommy Lee Wallace. I think we're all in familiar territory here. Captain Voyeur, John Carpenter's student short. I've always wanted to see that. I'm sure it's on YouTube, but it's nice to have it on Blu-ray. So that's not on the Scream Factory. Something called Do You Remember Laurie Zimmer? Interview with writer and director John Carpenter and Austin Stoker. The Sassy One with actor Nancy Loomis Keys. So you get the extra short and a couple of the extra featurettes. I guess there's a lot of crossover here, but then so you've got the commentary with Carpenter, and then there's another commentary with Tommy Lee Wallace. So you've got a whole other commentary on this. And I'm not sure if those Austin Stoker interviews, I think those might be different. Yeah, I think those aren't on the other. So I don't know. I think this might be the winner, but I haven't cracked it open yet, so I guess I can't speak for it. But we know Second Sight does good work. We're all very excited about the Dawn of the Dead release they have coming out, and their recent Walkabout release was great, and The Strangers was great. So I don't know, this is looking pretty good. John Carpenter fans, Second Sight, Assault. Okay. Next we have, I just got this from Scream Factory, picked it up from them. This is the new Mask of the Red Death. Of course, this was included in the original Vincent Price set. What? Vincent Price collection, the first one, which they just reissued. And of course, this is in there. But I have the original, so I didn't want to rebuy the whole set. Although each of the films in the set comes with a new commentary. But this was the one I really couldn't live without, because this comes now with two versions of the film. There's the original U.S. theatrical cut and the recently restored extended cut of the movie. So I was like, oh, two cuts. I don't think I've seen the extended cut of Mask of the Red Death, and I really want to. And so then it ports over the interview with producer-director Roger Corman and an audio commentary by film historian Steve Haberman, but it also adds a commentary with, I think, I want to say his name is Brian Forshaw and Kim Newman, and then an intro to the movie on the extended cut that's not listed on the back. That's why I'm fumbling on this a little bit. They don't list it on the back, weirdly, but I'm sure it's on their site. But so you get a new commentary, and Kim Newman's involved, and that's all I need to know, and a new extended cut. So I was like, well, I have to have that. I don't want to necessarily rebuy the whole set, which includes this in that set, but I was like, I got to get Mask. So got Mask. Got a few more things here. Let's see. Got some stuff from Mill Creek. Battlefield Earth. Okay, hear me out. I know this is one of the most notorious bombs in Hollywood history, and anyone who's seen it knows that Travolta's performance is pretty crazy, to be honest. But this has got some pretty, I mean, there's a lot of Mill Creek Blu-rays that don't have much in the way of features, But this is actually quite well done here. You've got Saga in the year 2000 directing Battlefield Earth, a new interview with director Roger Christian, Leverage writing the first script, a new interview with screenwriter J.D. Shapiro, Endangered Species scoring Battlefield Earth, a new interview with composer Elia Camiro, Domes and Drones creating the miniatures, a new interview with model maker E. James Small, and Cyclo Circus designing Battlefield Earth, new select scene commentary with production designer Patrick Tatopoulos. So this is a special edition of Battlefield Earth that's pretty tricked out. And to be honest, I'm kind of wanting to rewatch it. It's been a long time, and I feel like it's probably still going to be kind of a mess, to say the least. But there's something about the press when a movie comes out and it gets torn to shreds and laughed off the screen and what have you. And I'm much more interested in the life of a movie after the opening weekend, personally. So with some of that, drama removed, I'm just curious to watch this crazy movie now and maybe watch some of these featurettes and see behind the curtain a little bit. But I do like Travolta a lot. And even when he's bad, I kind of enjoy, or when he's in a film that's not his best work, I still kind of enjoy seeing him. So I'm going to check out Battlefield Earth. I'm just being honest. All right. More from Mill Creek. Snow White, A Tale of Terror. So this is like the horror take on Snow White. If you thought Snow White was only a fairy tale, you're about to discover the truth. But lock up your children first. The real tale of Snow White, starring Sigourney Weaver and Sam Neill, is a tale of relentless terror and unimaginable horror. So, I mean, Sam Neill's rocking some serious Robin Hood hair or something there. Look at that creepy stuff. I only remember seeing the VHS for this, but never watching it. So I'm always down for Sam Neill, and Sigourney Weaver's great too. So this could be interesting. This does not have anything in the way of features, unfortunately, but still nice to get its debut on Blu-ray. I don't think it's come out on Blu-ray yet. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Next up, a 3-pack. Also Mill Creek, Diabolique, the remake, Incognito, and The In Crowd. I've only seen Diabolique, and I like it, but it's coming off of a pretty classic movie. I mean, you're talking about a movie that inspired Hitchcock. If you haven't seen the original, go check out the Criterion of that. That's a hell of a movie with a killer ending. And I can't remember how this movie echoes that ending or doesn't. But it is often interesting to see a 90s-ized version of a classic film. Incognito, Jason Patrick, and Irene Jacob. Oh, interesting. Yeah, no, never saw that one. And The In Crowd is one that looks like, a WB drama or something, but I think it gets more thrillery or something. And I can't remember that one either. Although that's another one that I've heard people are big fans of and enjoy. So that's a fun triple feature from Mill Creek. And lastly, friend of the show, Jason, friend of the podcast, and now this channel, was so kind as to send me this. I do not have an FYE near me in California, and this is an FYE exclusive steelbook of the classic 80s film Savage Steve Holland's Better Off Dead. And I just love this. Look at this steelbook. I may have said this on the channel before. I'm not a big steelbook guy. I think there's a certain uniformity to Blu-rays, and I like that. And the steelbooks throw me off, although they do look really good when you put them together. So I get it. I get the draw of it, guys. I totally do. It's just like if I started on the steelbooks, then I'd have to replace some movies I don't want to replace, and I'm always trying to not spend extra money, and steelbooks they're a trap for me, and I can't go down that road. But this was an incredibly sweet gift, and I'm so excited to have it because I love this movie, and I know a lot of you guys do too. If you don't already have the Blu-ray, you might be able to find this. I don't know if they're selling this on their website or not, or you can probably find it on eBay, But hell of a nice gift. So big thanks to Jason for this. I can't wait to crack it open and watch it. But that will do it for the new discs, the new Blu-rays, new collection update, if you will. I'll try and do one of these, like I said, every couple weeks or so, depending. I'm sure I have some more interesting stuff on the way soon, but hopefully this is enjoyable. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.